What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, I recently got or maxed out my first ever Soulbound reward card. It is a card that I never use. I mean, I think I've thrown him in like 1 or 2 battles overall, and that is Wily Kaioshin. And you can see that I am now actually getting more than I need. I have 24 BCX just kind of sitting around and waiting there. Now, here's the thing. I'm not the only one that has obviously maxed out some of these cards. I know many other players, especially champ level players, have maxed out a bunch of cards already. So my question to you is this, right? I have 24 BCX sitting there. I'm sure people have a bunch of BCX just kind of sitting around. Should there be a way for us to be able to do something with these cards that are considered extra? Now, burning them for DEC or anything like that is completely out of the question, right? Because the whole point of them being soulbound and us wanting to burn or stake DEC in them at the beginning in order to unlock them is exactly what we want to do. And I don't know if unlocking them is going to be something that we should really allow right now, because then people wouldn't necessarily need to, well, here's an interesting way to do it, right? What if you couldn't combine an unlocked and a locked version? So there could be some cards out there on the market and people could go and just buy the card that they needed, but you can't combine it with what you're already earning. You get what I'm saying? So that could be an option. We know that they're going to be usable on land, but that's not going to be part of 1.5. And, you know, considering how delayed 1.5 is, I don't know when this iteration will come in or utility would come in to use soulbound cards on land, even though we did vote on it and it should be coming at some point. You know, if we're going to get to, and I'm using this as just a benchmark, if we're going to get to like 2024, close to 2024, which is, you know, end of January 2024 is when we would hit the 1-year mark and these cards would potentially cycle out. At that point, it's just like, okay, you know, using them for some kind of utility or unlocking doesn't really make sense if we can just unlock them as a whole after January 2024. And again, the team hasn't actually confirmed that date. They just said that they want these in print for 1 to 2 years. My expectation is that these are probably going to stay in print between now and probably sometime in Q2 next year, assuming all goes well with a Rebellion launch later this year, because I think people will be itching for new Rebellion reward cards soon after we get the actual set out. But that brings me back to my main point. What can we do with these? How do we get some kind of value for the cards as they stand? Now, maybe we don't, right? Maybe we don't in terms of there's 24 BCX that's sitting there. Any other BCX that I get, I'm just going to have to sit on it. But I wish there was a way, and I don't know how quickly the team would be able to design this. I wish there was a way we could just shut it off, right? If we don't want to receive this card anymore, I could go into, you know, I could go into the card and I could be just like click and say, I don't want to receive this card anymore. And that option would only be available if I already have a maxed copy, as you can see that I do. So I can choose to say, I don't want to receive any more of these unless they're gold foil, for example. And then all of a sudden, you know, that would change the algorithm for me, and that would start to help me focus on all the other cards that I want to get rather than continue to get a card that I no longer need and have no utility for. Now, again, I'm not saying that these cards need to have utility right away. I'm just saying that there's something, you know, I'd love to be able to do something with them. So if we can't unlock them now, and there's no chance of us unlocking them fully, right? Not for land, but unlocking them fully until, you know, middle of next year, I'm just trying to think what are the ideas that are out there? What are some of the ideas that you have or that you'd like to see between now and say like the end of the year or even just the next couple of months as people start to as people start to max out these cards. Now, the other option here is, let's say the team puts a time frame on when these cards are going to be out of print, right? So they say, hey, Rebellion's going to launch in 2024 or 2023, and we want the new card set, the new Soulbound reward cards to start on such and such date. I think it'd actually be really cool to be able to unlock the cards beforehand, but pay like an extreme price for them, right? It's going to be like, you know, 10x, 30x the DEC or the burn rate, and then like, you know, 10x the amount of vouchers, just to have it out there if people really want to unlock them right now, which I don't know. Maybe that would be a waste of time for the team if the market isn't really there for people to buy into it. But it'd be interesting to see if it's just like, okay, the closer we get, right, every week we go, all of a sudden the price gets gradually, decreased until we get to whatever the target price is going to be. Now, as it stands, the burn rate for using them for using Soulbound Reward cards on land, I believe, is 2x the amount, right? And if I'm forgetting the actual number, please forgive me, but it's like 2x the amount, then you can take vouchers. So I think the expectation is to get them actually fully unlocked as NFTs. That will not happen at that price point. It'll have to be something more expensive. But I'm curious. I want to get your thoughts on this. If anybody else has a Max card out there, how are you feeling about it now? Because now it's frustrating. See, and this is, before it was exciting to get any card, but now it gets a little frustrating because I'm just like, I wasted a chest on a Wile E. Coyote when I don't need one anymore, right? Unless it's gold foil or something. So I'm curious to see what ideas people have out there, because hopefully once land is out, once the team is focused on getting Rebellion out, they're going to focus on gameplay. And I think that could be, we can provide some ideas here for how the ending of this first iteration of the Soulbound reward cards will go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We'll brainstorm there. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.